Hey everybody, welcome. This is No Bones About Wrestling, and this is our Monday Night Russo watch along. I'm one of your hosts, Asa. Hey, how's it going? Also going to be joined by Switch tonight, and yeah, so tonight we're watching WCW Thunder, October 28th, 1999. It's on Peacock. It might be elsewhere, but it's definitely on Peacock. You just search WCW Thunder, and it's in season 2 of Thunder, October 28th, 1999. So go ahead and get that queued up, and we'll start in just a couple minutes here. But yeah, so thanks. Hopefully, you've been enjoying us going through the Vince Russo so far. What's up, Switch?
What's up, Captain?
Doing well, man. Another Monday Night Russo here.
Oh yeah, let's get it cracking. Let's get it cracking.
Yeah. So if you've been with us, it's been a fun ride. We got a lot going on, a lot of angles. The Hulk Hogan is off TV. He left in a huff. Ric Flair buried in the desert by the filthy animals. So we got a lot of things going here, and yeah. So some of the younger guys are starting to emerge. Some of the guys you don't see as much, or didn't see as much before. Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko, Saturn, guys like that. Eddie Guerrero, Kidman, Rey Mysterio Jr. Now we're seeing a lot. Um, so definitely some big changes. And yeah, tonight again we're watching October 28th, 1999, WCW Thunder. So it's go to Peacock season 2 or Peacock WCW Thunder season 2 and October 28th, 99. So go ahead and get that queued up. And so every week Switch and I have been doing what's up, Eric? Every week Switch and I have been doing our WCW top 10, and where he votes and I vote, we combine them together and come up with our consensus top 10. So we're kind of doing like this is live, like it's going on right now. And so here's what we've got for this week, for the WCW top 10. Number 10, new to the rankings this week, uh, Norman Smiley, who got the win in the who got the win. Switch doing the big wiggle over there.
Big wiggle.
He got a win in the WCW World Title Tournament, didn't he?
No, I thought Bam Bam won that
Did
one.
Bam Bam win?
Yeah, no, you're right. Norman did win. My bad.
Norman won.
That's why I had Bam Bam up there.
Oh,
I
you want to
messed up
switch?
on
You
that.
want to switch him
Yeah,
then?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's why I had Bam Bam up there. So yeah, it should have been Norman up there.
I wondered why. Okay. Okay, so number 10 then. Lost to Norman Smiley. Bam Bam Bigelow. Number 9, beat Bam Bam. Norman Smiley there. So 10 Bam Bam, 9 Norman Smiley. Number 8, he beat a woman, but it still counts. He won a match in the World Title Tournament, and that's Ming. And just real quick, the world title was vacated because Sting hit an official, which, like, when does that ever vacate a belt? But whatever. That's what they did. Sting had it, and at Halloween Havoc, he hit an official. Title's vacant, and we're having a 32 person. I say that because Medusa, one woman, was in the tournament. We're having a 32 person world title tournament. And Ming advanced to the next round. Number 7, also new to the list. He got a win over Kurt Hennig on Nitro. So probably the biggest win of his career. He won
Yeah,
by
at least up to
DQ.
that point.
Yeah, up to that point for sure. Maybe I think maybe ever. I don't know. But but yeah, a win is a win is a win. So number 7, Lash LaRue. Number 6, the man who we said just recently had the world title. He was number 2 last week. He got a win. He beat Brian Knobbs in the first round of the world title tournament, but he fell all the way down from number 2 to number 6 this week, and that's Sting. I think maybe because he fought Brian Knobbs, who was not that tough a singles opponent. Maybe if it were a tag match, that would have meant something more, but just a singles match.
Yeah.
Number 5, new to the top 10 this week. He got a win in a tournament match. It was a very fast win, but it was a win, and that's Billy Kidman. He beat his Filthy Animals compatriot Conan in the first round of the tournament. So number 5, Kidman. Number 4, he is up 4 spots from number 8 last week, and that is the Canadian Crippler, Chris Benoit, who he beat Dean Malenko in a last man standing match on Nitro last Monday. So number 4, Chris Benoit. Number 3, Perry Saturn, who got a win. I can't think of who he beat right now. Oh, he beat Eddie Guerrero. Thank you. Beat Eddie Guerrero in the first round of the world title tournament. So number 3, Saturn. Number 2, up 2 spots from number 4 last week. So doing pretty well here to start off the Russo era, and that's Lex Luger. And he got a win in the world title tournament over
Rick Steiner.
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome.
And number 1, he got a win in the world title tournament. Not only that, but he won the U.S. title from Goldberg in the first round. That was our main event on Nitro last week. And that's Bret the Hitman Hart, number 1 in our rankings. So number 1, Bret Hart. Number 2, Lex Luger. Number 3, Perry Saturn. Number 4, Chris Benoit. Number 5, Billy Kidman. Number 6, Sting. Number 7, Lash LaRue. Number 8, Ming. Number 9, Norman Smiley. Number 10, Bam Bam Bigelow. And that is your WCW top 10 for this week. So there you go. And yeah, so I think we'll get started here in a minute without any further ado. Switch, you got anything to say about Thunder tonight, about Russo?
Like I keep saying, man, it's been different. It's been different from the Eric Bischoff days. Been real different.
And so
it's got my attention.
Yeah, cool. And we're gonna start with I was looking at it and seeing, what the deal is with Thunder. And so it starts out not as important as Nitro, but we're in October. So come December of '99, it pretty much is like right there with Nitro. They really start using it as a second big show. Okay. Nitro gets cut to 2 hours, and then Thunder eventually, like, you'll see the same people who were on Nitro, you'll see them on Thunder.
Gotcha.
So here at first, we see a little of that. I'm not sure who's on the card tonight. The only match I can tell you for sure, the Maestro fights Prince Iaukea. So these are 2 guys you don't see on Nitro. And I know the Filthy Animals, Conan, Kidman, and Rey Mysterio Jr., they are in a 6-man tag against Steven Regal, Chris Adams, and Dave Taylor. So I know those matches. So again, you see the Filthy Animals on Nitro, but you don't see the 3 British guys there. You don't see them on Nitro.
So do you know if this was taped right? Was this taped the same night as Nitro?
I don't think so.
Live Thunder?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't think it was taped the same night as Nitro, but I'm not sure about that. I don't think so, because Nitro was still like 3 hours at this point, wasn't it? Yeah. So eventually Russo cuts Nitro to 2 hours. So just to make it go, quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Eric saying, did you think Thunder was like a SmackDown? Well, at first, yes, and then eventually no. And then eventually yes again. To where it's almost an A show. And SmackDown really is supposed to be right on the same level as Raw. So I see it that way. Not like I said, the one we're watching tonight is definitely the B show. Like I think it's gonna be a good show, but it's definitely the B show. And I can tell you the matches are longer than what we've been seeing on Nitro. So it's strange. Just, like I said, the same guy is writing it, Vince Russo, but it feels different. We'll see some of the same guys featured and a bunch of promos still, but maybe 8-minute match instead of a 3-minute match,
Mm-hmm.
So I think that'll be fun. I think it'll make for a good show tonight. And Eric also asking, how come WCW never had a split brand? It just wasn't done back then. I think that's the easiest answer, because I think they could have used it. I mean, as many people as they had under contract, they definitely could have done it, and maybe should have done it. But just back in those days, just it was not a thing. Never was a thing until WWE did it.
Yeah, but not only that, I want to say Eric Bischoff might have scared them off from doing that, because Eric Bischoff's whole thing was the NWO was supposed to be a split brand and have its own time slot and stuff. He never got a chance to do it, but I don't think the higher ups thought that was a good idea. So never know.
That's a good point. Yeah, they were supposed to be kind of a split brand of their own. So yeah, it kind of might have confused things a little. That's a good point. And yeah, like Switch says, the NWO were supposed to get their own show and this and that and the other, and just kind of they scrapped plans to do that. They did the Sold Out pay-per-view in '97, and it was not received so well. And so I think some of those plans got scrapped. Yeah. And they did that one Nitro where NWO took over.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And they took 20 minutes just like dismantling the sets and shit, you know?
Yeah.
But people watched.
Oh,
people
man.
sat there and watched them dismantle the sets.
I remember sitting there watching. I was like, dang, this is taking a long time, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so everybody out there, WCW Thunder, season 2, and it's October 28th, 1999. And like I said, I've not looked to see what's on the show. I know those 2 matches that I mentioned because I watched a little just to see, like, do we want to include it in these Russo watch alongs? And yeah, we do, because like I said, the further it goes on here, the closer it gets to being a second Nitro. And by the time we get to December, it pretty much is like Nitro Part 2. Like this, you gotta watch Thunder. And that's kind of what they did, is they gave you more stories, and then they said, well, you gotta watch Thunder to keep up with the stories. And so the Thunder ratings eventually went up like that much. And the Nitro ratings, I think, eventually went down that much from where they were before Vince Russo took over. They didn't give him a ton of time, as we've talked about here. But yeah, the ratings just barely changed with him being there. Which, you know, like I said, you gotta give somebody more time. But it's definitely they were expecting a bigger change quicker, you know, or maybe just some positive change, really, and they just didn't get it. But I think that has more to do with WWF's success at that point than it has to do with anything WCW was doing.
Yeah,
just personally. And we got to remember, Russo helped build those characters, of course. So he was competing. That's the irony this whole time, is he's competing with his own creations.
Yep.
So in a way, and now Vince Russo was booking and other people writing and Vince writing, but Russo largely helped build those characters. So he's having to compete against, you know, himself, kind of. So it's really strange in that way. All right, but yeah, one more time, and this is Thunder, so 2 hours, so minus the commercials. We're looking at like this show's about 87 minutes long, so not too long for us tonight.
Not at all.
So there should be a quick viewing, should be fun. Like I said, the part I watched was fun, so enough, and then I turned it off because I didn't want to know what happened. But the I watched about the first half hour, and it was pretty good. So yeah. Everybody should have it paused. I'll tell you one more time. WCW Thunder Season 2, October 28th, 1999. So have that paused at 000. And I'm going to do the countdown. I'm going to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, press play. And then we all press play at once. So let's get ready. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, press play. And so you should see the WCW logo coming up. We're at 10, 11, 12, 13 seconds, 14, 15.
It has been years since I've seen a Thunder. Years. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. Well, you like that background?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I'm not going to lie. I do.
Yeah, so we didn't watch the first Thunder Russo did. We're just going to skip that one. But this is the second Thunder that Russo wrote.
Yeah, this had to be early. I see a lot of empty seats around the
Yeah.
top.
You said had to be what?
This had to be early Thunder.
There's
The
Juventud.
juice is loose. The juice.
Juventud Guerrera taking on Evan Courageous.
Evan.
Who Evan is in the world title tournament, which resumes Monday. There aren't any title tournament matches tonight.
Okay,
Next
I was going
Monday,
to ask you that.
yeah, next Monday we'll be back to the world title tournament. And Evan
That is a
Courageous is facing a mystery opponent.
that is a big ass tournament. 32 people.
Mm-hmm. And now we're down to 24. Yeah, down to 24 people.
There's a lot of wrestlers that do not like Hoovy.
Why is that?
They say he's a dick, a ass, all that. Say he's not a good person to be around or to work with.
Huh.
It kind of broke my heart a little bit when I used to hear people talk about him in interviews and stuff.
Yeah, that sucks. But, you know, who knows
Like
how
him
much
and
you can
Conan has
trust.
an on and off. Him and Conan has an on and off relationship.
I didn't know that. But that's the thing is, who knows how much you can trust this? Oh, we don't like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like we don't know the guys who are like we don't like him. It's like they may be the dicks. I don't know. I never met them. You
Right.
know.
True.
I mean, some people you can tell. It's like, yeah, I see that. but Juventud, yeah, who knows? I mean, I don't know. A lot of times that does end up being true though. But I'm just saying, you know, we don't know. Oh, a little sloppy between these two to start off here.
Just a smidget.
Yeah. But Hoovy not in the world title tournament, but Evan Courageous is. This is the first time we've seen Hoovy, I believe, since Russo took over.
Yeah.
Evan Courageous wrestling in sneakers.
I was trying to see what kind they was.
Yeah. And I believe, I could be wrong, I believe Evan Courageous is from North Carolina. I believe he is.
They kind of look like Ken Griffey's. I could be wrong though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got Mike Tenay and Larry Zbyszko as the commentators.
Zbyszko. That is Zbyszko. I was like, I know that voice.
I believe that changes in a couple weeks too. Looking for the Hoovy driver. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Here comes Sid.
Yes, Lord. Big Sid. How small he makes them look.
Yeah. Really. Yeah, and Halloween Havoc, Goldberg left Sid a bloody mess and won the U.S. title.
Yes, very bloody. I don't know if he bladed wrong or what, but that was a lot.
Yeah.
How the hell you come to that conclusion?
And for those of you just joining us, wow, a bunch of you. For those of you just joining us, we're watching WCW Thunder, October 28th, 1999. So you go to Peacock, you go to WCW Thunder, Season 2, and October 28th, 1999. And we are at 8 minutes and 12 seconds in. And I will repeat that in just a minute, too, for those of you who just arrived with us.
The Canadian Crippler.
Chris Benoit. What streak? What are you talking about?
He's still claiming that he's undefeated.
Yeah, I don't even know. Has he had a match since he lost to Goldberg? Has he had a match? I don't think so, did he? No.
Unless he about to beat these two up, maybe.
Oh.
There we go. There we go.
He might count it as 2-0. I don't know.
You know, I didn't think that Chris Benoit was a good talker on the mic, but what he just did was short and sweet, and it fit him.
Exactly. So, yeah, for those of you just joining us, watching WCW Thunder, Season 2, October 28th, 1999. You can get it on Peacock there. You can get it other places, but that's the easiest way. And we are at 10 minutes and 2 seconds. And I'm going to repeat that a couple more times. I know a bunch of you just got here, so I'll give you time to pull it up, and then I'll repeat the time so you can catch up with us. I want a fucking Thunder polo, man.
You want a Thunder polo?
Yeah, I would be wearing it right now. Yes, I do. I wonder how much that's. I bet that shit's like $300. If you can find one, I bet it's $300.
If you can find one, yeah,
at least
it's gonna be a grip for it.
Yeah.
How did you feel about Zabisco on commentary?
He's okay. He's got a good voice, but he always seems like overly critical of people. I think, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He comes off where he's not really that impressed. He doesn't sell shit the right way. You know what I mean? Like
Gotcha. Yeah.
he doesn't get as hype as he should be. You know, he always seems like he's more impressed with himself than like the babyface wrestling. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it just doesn't work. Doesn't work. And here's the Maestro, whose gimmick was basically that he was Liberace.
I forgot all about him.
And for those of you just joining us, watching WCW Thunder, thank you for joining us instead of watching Raw. This will be a better show, I promise you. And I don't even know what's happening on Raw.
You don't have to.
No, I know, right? So WCW Thunder, Season 2, October 28th, 1999. And we are at 12 minutes and 11 seconds in. And I'll repeat that again in a couple minutes. Just give you time to catch up with us. So there's the Maestro getting ready.
Maestro.
There's Chavo. Chavo looking for Goldberg.
Pepe.
I don't know how smart that is. And now we have the Maestro versus Prince Iakea. He's got pyro. He's got bubbles. Where are the bubbles? There they are. There they are.
What the heck?
I love it. And here we got former World Television Champion Prince Iakea coming here. Or shit, he might not have won it yet at this point, actually. Either former or future World Television Champion Prince
One
Iakea.
or the other, because I really can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yep, people getting spotlights that normally wouldn't get spotlights.
Mm-hmm.
Eric is saying that in 2000, Thunder was taped after Nitro. So, okay, I thought it did.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember when it started.
I was going to say this one, it came up before it said live. And yeah, in 2000 it started when WCW was really on the decline financially wise. I mean, because I thought the shows were still good, but they were on the decline financially. They would tape Thunder after Nitro, and that's what I was saying last week. A friend of mine and I, we got front row seats to one of those double tapings with the live Nitro and the tape Thunder, and we got front row seats. Those were the best seats still I've ever had to a wrestling show, like right beside the announcers, front row. Or right behind the announcers is what I mean. Kind of off to the side.
That's the best. I learned my second time that I went to a wrestling show. I was on the floor and I was like maybe 8 rows back. You don't want to be on the floor behind people. You want to be on that like incline if you're in a stadium. So now in an arena. So I know that now. If you're not in the front row, get on that little incline.
Yep.
You'll be fighting to look over and pass people.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Yeah. Unless you're in the front, like.
Go ahead.
Do what? Oh, I was gonna say, if you're in the front like 3 rows on the floor, you're good. You know.
Yeah.
That's about it, though. No, yeah. So for those of you joining us, thank you. Watching Thunder. WCW Thunder, Season 2, October 28th, 99. I promise I'm going to stop saying this in a minute so much. We just had a bunch of new people join us. And we are at 16 minutes and 7 seconds in. the Maestro, and Prince Iaukea. And yeah, that first match got a little time, even though it was interrupted by Sid Vicious.
Yeah.
And if memory serves me right, this match gets a little time. You see what I'm saying though about the Thunder matches getting more time?
It's crazy. So I'm guessing like maybe on Nitro they was focusing more on like stories and whatnot, and then Thunder they're giving you more actual wrestling.
Yep. And we still get some of those backstage segments, just not as often, Where it's like match ends, immediately we go backstage,
Yep.
And that's that.
Okay.
What's he gonna do? He's threatening him with a disqualification.
Well, they booing him. He getting a reaction. We have here the Revolution, Dean, Saturn, and the Sling Man. Like his arm been broke forever.
Yeah. Well, he's the mouthpiece for now. He'd be the mouthpiece even when they were well, though.
Great head day.
Oh, Rewind is here.
Rewind.
He says, my grandma was a ring rat in Philly, so I got to see all the ECW shows for free. And she told me Taz was a real gentleman, if you know what I mean, Asa. And that number 13 on his jersey is there for a reason. I almost don't want to ask. What's the reason? What's the reason? So yeah, we watched last Monday where Asia and the Revolution kidnapped Tori Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And Rewind says, that's what my granny told me, but he was a gentle giant. If you're not familiar, Rewind is Taz's #1 fan, if you don't know him. And I think Hook's #1 fan, too.
Dean getting some mic time.
Mm-hmm. Revolution and the Filthy Animals, one of the big feuds to start here with the Russo era.
I'm telling you, when it comes to in-ring style,
fabulous.
WCW had them. There goes Mama K.A.K.
Hey.
She will be joining us next week on Monday Night Russo, I believe.
I will be.
As we watch a Monday Nitro from early November '99 and continue the world title tournament. Card. Oh wait, I hope there's enough check. Oh, good. Yeah, use that. Sorry about that.
Silver King. Remember Silver King?
Mm-hmm.
And El Dandy. Great day. Oh, I'm old.
Yeah, we both are, man. That's all right. With age comes wisdom.
That's right.
That's what I tell myself, anyway.
You need the small kind, right? AAA?
Correct.
Go ahead, Silver.
Oh, missed on that kick there. That's all right. It's better than killing someone, I guess, you know. Yeah, these are two luchadors we hadn't seen yet in the Russo regime. El Dandy, who's on the apron, and Silver King in the ring there.
Two awesome wrestlers, I used to think.
Yeah, definitely.
We lost Silver King a few years ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh. Dude, you know what's crazy? I found out I used to do backyard wrestling back in the day, and like we got it all on tape and shit. I'm eventually gonna put it on YouTube, I believe.
Thank God.
But one of my guys who we did that, oh, he got the rope. One of my guys who I did that with, I had no idea he's a fucking independent pro wrestler.
Word.
He's the same age as I am. He's 41.
It's still going.
I don't know when he started, but yeah, he's still going. Yeah. I had no idea. I haven't talked to this guy in 20 years, and I just found this out this week.
Wow.
Like an hour and a half from where we live, down in Charlotte, North Carolina. He's an independent wrestler. And he's good too. I saw clips of him. He's good.
Well, you have to send me some clips of him, man.
I'll send you this video.
Cool.
It's crazy because somebody else I went to school with, who I did backyard wrestling with, he found the video and he said, that's so and so, you know? He said, don't you know who that is? I was like, no, I didn't recognize him. And then he told me, and I was like, holy fuck, yes it is. It took me a second, and then I could see it in his face. Like I said, I hadn't talked to him in 20 years.
Yeah, that's 20 years.
But man, it's crazy. It's crazy. I had no idea. No clue. He's an investment banker by day. And
an independent wrestler at night.
Yeah.
That's sweet. And
his gimmick is, I forget his name, but his gimmick is so-and-so, the Wall Street Fat Cat. So he's like
not on some IRS type shit.
Exactly. Exactly like IRS. I'll send you. I'm gonna make a note to send it to you.
Yeah, please. I'll check it out. Silver King, I forgot you could move like that, Silver.
And so, for those of you just joining us, they went the chain.
Dean is another one of them people, y'all. He can't do much on the mic, but in the ring, Dean is he's one of the best to me, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
There you have it.
Douglas doing a chain. Malenko gets the submission. And Chavo's still looking for Goldberg.
I liked that. I liked that match.
Yeah, it was good. That was fun. Chavo's lost his mind. Who we saw 2 weeks ago, we saw Chavo get a win in a triple threat over Saturn and Eddie Guerrero, but then Chavo didn't get a spot in the world title tournament, did he? I can't remember.
What that match was for?
No.
Okay.
No, we still had a world champion when that happened.
Okay.
But I don't think he got a spot in the tournament, even though he just won. So now here we are. We're talking about the world title tournament the first week, which we watched last Monday. And we will see then the second half of round one next Monday at 8 o'clock here on Monday Night Russo.
JJ.
Smiley and Bam Bam. Nice recap here.
Yo, I'm just now realizing that I liked a lot of people on the undercards than I did in the main event.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, WCW was great about that. Much better lower and mid. You can argue all day about the main event, but WCW had a much better lower and mid card than WWF did at this point, I think.
Facts. Yes. Yeah.
And Saturn got the win, and now Medusa versus Ming, and Ming wins this one pretty easily. I'm not sure what the point of putting Medusa in was, but okay.
We still got one more mystery opponent left in this tournament, don't it?
Mm-hmm. Evan Courageous versus mystery opponent next Monday.
Old slap nuts himself.
That's right. And that's how Lex Luger got to number 4 on our top number 2 on our top 10. Excuse me.
Yeah, he got 2.
And I think they just showed every move in this Kidman and Conan match.
I was about to say, ain't but so many highlights they can have for this match. It didn't last long.
Yeah. And Sting got the easy win over Brian Knobbs, which t-shirt check. I'm wearing my Nasty Boys shirt.
I wouldn't mind having one of those.
This one I got on eBay. It was like $25 on eBay.
Oh, that wasn't bad at all.
Not bad. 25, 28 bucks, something like that. It's soft too. Wait, I don't know what happened with this. Who won? Because Flair just
right.
Let me see. What did they say? Yeah.
What did I have doing for that? I don't think we didn't have a winner for that one. We didn't have a winner for that match.
I don't know. I put DDP ? I don't think they announced a winner.
They never did.
I still don't think they announced a winner just now. I guess DDP by disqualification. I don't know.
And that was a tournament match, wasn't it?
Yep. And this is where Bret Hart won the U.S. title. There was a bunch of interference. Sid, Nash, and Hall all interfered against Goldberg for Bret Hart to get the win. And Goldberg still kicked out. At 1 second, half a second after getting pinned.
Gave Bret the Hogan treatment.
Yep.
I've got a feeling that tonight you're going to take all of that frustration out on your of the West Texas Rednecks. Curly who? Curly Bill. He can put the garb on. He can put the boots on. He can put a hat on. It ain't gonna make no difference.
Curly Bill.
Curly Bill is the wrestler formerly known as Vincent, formerly known as Virgil.
Virgil. I was about to say, who the heck is Curly Bill? That's right. He did go over there with them for a while.
The
He
West
was
Texas
part of that.
Rednecks.
Yeah, the West Texas.
Curly Bill.
But we ain't gonna mess up his grill or nothing like that because we want. Now, see, we need this food to deliver a message to the filthy animals, and that message is this: we want our titles back, and that's the whole damn deal.
Chavo's still looking for Goldberg.
We just cut away from that. You want to talk about one of the worst cars that year of Cadillacs when they made the Cadillacs have all that computerized stuff in it. They was so horrible. All they did was break down.
But I've got to ask you, there are rumors out on the street right now that you and the West Texas Rednecks are on shaky ground with Kurt Hennig. I just smacked inside your head, G. Asking you break my foot off in your.
Poor G.
Curly Bill getting promo time. So far, Juventud Guerrera and Evan Courageous fought to a no contest because Sid came out and then Benoit came out, and I think they have a match later. The Maestro cut a promo. Chavo Guerrero Jr. was looking for Goldberg. Then the Maestro beat Prince Iaukea by submission to the Encore. Then the Revolution came out and cut a promo, and Dean Malenko and Perry Saturn beat El Dandy and Silver King after Shane Douglas threw in a chain, and then Malenko put the Texas Cloverleaf on El Dandy, got the submission. Chavo still looking for Goldberg. Harlem Heat promo. Revolution left in a Cadillac. Curly Bill promo. That is what we've seen so far on Vince Russo's Thunder.
Woo! Hey, so with the rundown.
Everyone said back in the day, the goat had a white Lincoln with tinted windows. He said he'd buy a Cadillac, but they always break down. You have a point there, Switch.
Oh yeah.
Talking about switching to electronics.
I hate it, but it'd be so necessary for what I do. Stevie. Oh man, do you remember the song that they came out with? What was it?
Rap is crap.
I hate rap. Yeah, the rap is crap.
I hate rap.
Rap. And the thing that used to trip me out about that is if you go back in like the 80s, and I think they had this song called the Wrestle Rock Rap. You have Kurt Hennig and Scott Hall rapping.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't know that one.
They was actually, you had Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty. They was rapping on it. I think Vern Gagne was rapping on it, and then Kurt and Scott Hall was rapping on it.
All right.
I'm gonna have to find that video and send it to you.
Yeah, I don't know that one. It's one of the great things about wrestling. Just when you think you've seen it or heard it all, somebody tells you something like that, which I've never heard of that. I've never seen it. So this is a little of a mismatch here. We got former many-time tag champ Stevie Ray taking on Curly Bill, who never held a title in a major company. I'm not sure how he had a fucking job with major company, but
I mean, he was over for a while after he left DiBiase and was with Piper for a little bit.
True.
And I know it wasn't technically a recognized belt. He did have that $1 million belt for a while, for a smidget.
That's true. You're right.
So yeah, he had his little spot in the sun for a brief moment.
He did. And for those of you who don't get his naming, he was Virgil in the WWF because it was a rib against Dusty Rhodes, who was booking NWA at the time, WCW, and his real name, Virgil Runnels. And then when he went to WCW, they named him Vincent as a rib against Vince McMahon, who was booking WWF at the time. And now he's Curly Bill, and I don't know what the fuck that means. And then after this, I believe he changes his name to Shane, a rib against Shane McMahon. I think after the West Texas Rednecks gimmick is gone, I believe he becomes Shane.
Good God.
So poor guy. One of the weirdest naming histories in the history of wrestling.
Yeah. Booker is stupid.
That was funny. So who's the face here? Curly Bill, I guess? Yeah, he's the face.
Lord, it feels like I'm watching NXT right now with Booker on commentary. Yes, this is how he sounds on NXT, bro.
Oh, Mickey J down. Ref dead. Curly Bill's got his boot off. Oh, there it goes.
Only Curly Bill I know was an actual cowboy from back in the day.
Can't get his boot back on. Who was that?
Curly Bill was he was a real life cowboy back in the day, like one of them gangster cowboys.
Oh, all right. Huh. Slapjack. So you got Kidman and Conan, who have won the World Tag Titles twice already since Russo took over booking. They just won them back from Harlem Heat, actually. And I'm not even sure if I want to know what that means. Rewind says real cowboys drink their coffee black.
I did hear about that with cowboys, but I can't do it. I gotta have me some French vanilla in mine.
I'm drinking black coffee, but I'm not a cowboy. Oh.
I never could do that. Can't make my tongue roll like that.
Oh.
Yeah, Russo was really for these guys, man.
Definitely. And one of the most unfortunate things we've seen watching the Russo show so far is Rey Mysterio Jr. is injured,
Yeah.
Because just think what we'd be seeing with him if he were healthy. It's just weird seeing Rey Mysterio with no mask.
That baby face, man.
Yeah.
I said Eric Bischoff was snatching them mask off of all of them.
Yeah.
Listen to them screaming for Ray.
San Diego. It's dirty.
That mess.
Kidman, not good on the mic.
At all.
Not good at all.
Wasn't believable.
No. And Rewind says, yeah, but Ray is a handsome devil. You know what I mean, Asa? I do know what you mean. And here comes Steve Regal, Dave Taylor, and Chris Adams. Chris Adams, actually the man who trained Stone Cold Steve Austin. And for those of you joining us watching WCW Thunder, Season 2, October 28th, 1999, and we are 43 minutes and 19 seconds in. Just about halfway through this show here. Oh, nice. Nice head scissors. Another one. Look at that. That was nice.
Oh, that's the gentleman, Chris Adams?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know he was still wrestling around this time.
Yeah, yeah. Veteran for sure. But yeah, that's him. In good shape for as old as he was. I can't think how old he was. He had to be 40 something here.
Yeah, it had to be.
Had to be.
But yeah, they said he was another beast back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But so much of his career, he was in independent companies. He didn't wrestle a lot for NWA, WCW, WWF. Not that I remember, at least. I know he wasn't in WCW like in his prime or anything. He was in
he.
Trying to think. He wrestled in Texas a lot, I believe.
Would that have been the Von Erichs promotion?
I know Adams was part of like UW or GWF, the Global Wrestling Federation. But to answer your question, I think maybe at first, which is the WCCW, World Class Championship Wrestling. That's the Von Erichs. Yeah.
Yep. So it says that he won the UWF World Tag Team Championships with Terry Taylor and a multiple NWA American Heavyweight Champion.
Okay. American Heavyweights. I don't know that. the Brits are looking pretty good here.
So world-class championship wrestling is where he's most noted from.
Okay, yeah.
Damn, really? Cody's 40 today?
That's what Rewind says.
Damn, don't even feel like it.
I mean, think about it. He's had a career, you know, WWE to AEW, back to WWE for a couple years now.
Yeah. Do you know how much wrestling talent is in that British corner over there?
I know, right? I believe we're about to see a frog splash. Got the pin on Dave Taylor there. God, did Steven Regal even wrestle?
Barely.
Yeah.
Chavo, what are you doing?
Rewind says, I would love to give Cody his birthday spanking. You know what I mean, Asa. Cody is so cute. I know what you mean. Here's Berlin and the Wall now.
And the Brocksworth.
Yeah. Speaking of guys that Rewind can get behind, here's Berlin and his hot German beef and his weird rings he's got now, too. So Berlin going for global conquest now, not just wrestling belts.
Glad we watching this because I never understood what they was trying to do with Alex Wright back then.
Yeah, I don't know if they knew what they were trying to do with him. Rewind says Alex Wright is the only German beef I get behind.
I believe it.
Lord. We got Lash LaRue, number 7 in our top 10 this week. Coming off the biggest win of his career over Kurt Hennig by DQ.
Damn, Lash talking to the mic.
Yeah, I know. He's never really gotten one before. He don't know how they work, I guess. Not bad. Not bad on the mic. A hell of a lot better than Kidman. Jesus Christ. So for those of you just joining us, watching WCW Thunder, it's season 2, October 28th, 1999. We are at 51 minutes and 53 seconds in.
You see that? You tell Tom was looking for him, right? Junior wants to fall out. He should have been for last LaRue at the present moment. And Flash moved quickly to the offensive against Chavo Jr. And Flash realizes, as he mentioned earlier, what an opportunity it is for him to be a part of that 32-man tournament. Remember, 8 more matches this Monday on Nitro as we head to
Nice split there by Lash.
from Toronto, Ontario, and we will have the final four in that tournament. Houston, as well as one final bout to determine a new world's heavyweight champion. And Larry, I've got a announcement to make for Monday night. Just as Chavo Jr. gets 2 before Lash escapes. Sid Vicious, who tonight will face Chris Benoit in your main event, is involved in the tournament Monday night. Sid Vicious' opponent will be none other than Scott Hallsiders.
Ooh, that's Monday?
Yep.
Okay.
Just put the ring together. That's right. At the conclusion of Nitro, remember the Outsiders and Sid Vicious with their triple team on board.
Sid and Scott Hall, Benoit and Malenko, they both have first round tournament matches. Lash LaRue versus the Cat.
That be are stirring things up once again. Very interesting. Off the back break, lateral press attempt by LaRue and a 2 count before Chavo Jr. was able to.
Lash looking good here. It's been all LaRue
Yeah, he
so
is.
far. He always was good, I thought. Stronger than he looks, Lash.
Shaping up as a Nitro not to be missed.
Mm.
TNT. Didn't miss that clothesline either, right there.
And of course, we'll be with you for that Monday Nitro from November something, 99, next Monday at 8.
Vicious versus all the tournament. If you believe this Monday on Nitro, the Outsiders and Sid Vicious, I think to many people, it looked like they formed a new faction in WCW the way they came out at the end of that Goldberg Bret Hart match. And
Small package by LaRue. Nope.
just trying to stir things up. Look at the Outsiders and Sid use their combined forces to get Goldberg out of the tournament. Saying it feels when it comes down to the wire, it's basically every man for himself. That's what you have to worry about. Paul's good buddy. You're talking about Kevin Nash, of who he's only got one buddy. Also, we need to report on the condition of Diamond Dallas Page. He was taken off in an ambulance after that crowbar attack from, of all people, David Flair Monday. I was certainly shocked by that. I didn't think David Flair had it in him. I didn't think he did either, but whatever was in the kid, it snapped. And when crowbar against anybody is a weapon like it. But he, from what I hear, Diamond Dallas Page got cracked ribs, cracked clavicles. Here's the official. He's got cracked nails, several broken ribs for DDP, a back sternum, and a chipped collarbone. Diamond Dallas Page on the sidelines indefinitely. And of course, what frame of mind must Kimberly be in?
So Russo got DDP off TV too.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Because I don't even think the bell had rung for that match.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. So I still don't know who won, what the deal is with that match. We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah, because they really still haven't said like the outcome or what's going to happen. Because I don't know.
Well, definitely David Flair didn't win, but it is WCW, so if he gets to advance, I wouldn't be that surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, you figure traditionally it's either DDP won by DQ or is a no contest, you know?
Yeah.
Diamond Dallas Page certainly felt the wreck with the crowbar attack this Monday, and he is out indefinitely.
Ooh. Okay.
And Rewind said Alex Wright used to own, this can't be true, used to own a male bathhouse and it closed before I could ever visit it. I used to dream about going to that bathhouse all the time. Thank you for the information, Rewind. Huh?
I sent a message on Twitter.
Where?
I sent a commented on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Yeah, on your video on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Can I ask you since it's not showing up?
What?
Did Deadpool steal his logo from Lash LaRue?
Did who?
Did Deadpool?
Might
Oh.
do it.
I don't think so.
Oh.
That was like a squash match.
In a way, yeah.
I don't think Chavo did anything. I mean, for real, I can't name one move he did. There's Scotty Riggs and Buff
The
Bagwell.
American males.
Yeah. I don't know who this is with the video camera, what the deal is there.
No, that was Kidman with the camera.
Yeah, it said Kid Cam.
Oh, thank you.
See who emerges, Liddy. And the talent in World Championship Wrestling continues to impress us both in the ring as well as out of the ring.
Who has all the chicks? That's not Ric Flair. He got buried alive. It's the fucking cat.
Somebody call my mama.
Looks like he's grown some hair as well. Introducing first, Germany. He is the company to the ring. Oh, his bodyguard is. Nice looking behind him. See his brains are following behind the bodyguard. Definitely what makes Berlin the German machine. Staying in Vermont ever since his arrival. We all knew that Berlin was capable of speaking English. It was finally tonight here on Thunder. He spoke English for the very first time, talking about using the system.
Using the system in America to do his master plan or something of the fucking other. Whatever that means. Which is nothing. It probably means nothing, I'm sure. Here comes
Not
Jerry
a damn
Flynn.
thing.
Reminder for fans of the Southern California area. World Championship Wrestling is in the process of filming a movie. And we like to
Don't expect this to be long.
Nah.
at the 1801 South Grand Avenue in downtown Los Angeles to be a part of this WCW movie. Personalities scheduled to appear include Goldberg, Sting, the Nitro Girls. Of course, the Filthy Animals will be there as well. It's free admission, free parking, free food, beverage, and some incredible giveaways, including, get ready for this, a 1999 pickup truck.
Goddamn.
The history, that building could talk like the stories it could tell. The stories.
Hey, that truck is a soldier, though. We got one. Ours
Oh, yeah?
is a 2000 S10. Yo, that thing, yeah, that's what we use to haul our stuff away. That thing is a soldier. Still
go.
going strong.
That's cool. God. Yeah, pickups, man. Pickups, you get the right one, it'll last. I wish I had a fucking pickup truck. They're so handy, you know?
Yeah, very, very.
Yeah, especially wish I had one. We're getting ready to move, so
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we use it for. It's just for moving stuff when we need to haul some stuff. My dad keeps it over there, and it's the second car. If somebody's car break down, he'll take it to my brother, bring it to me, or drop it off to my mama. I think it used to be a fire. I think it used to be like a fire station truck, work truck or something.
Huh.
But it's got a nice long little 7-bed. It's not a huge pickup truck. It's one of those smaller ones. It's just the bed is super long on it.
Yeah, I don't like those giant ones. They're too big, man.
Yeah, I can't do it.
And most of the people who get them don't know how to drive them either.
Yep.
And definitely don't know how to park them. Is that it? No.
That was a nice spinning kick.
Mm-hmm. Jerry Flynn had a mullet for years. I guess Russo got him to cut that mullet.
Yeah. Bump that, Berlin. Do the dance. Do the dance, Alex.
It felt like he was about to, didn't it?
It did.
Oh. There you go. Clean this out. Give him some water.
Okay.
So we getting that again? Dean Malenko versus Chris Benoit Monday?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, when we saw it last week, it was not a tournament match, just a grudge match.
Yeah.
And was our match of the week last week.
Yeah, sure was.
We got Chris Benoit up to number 4 in our top 10, beating Dean Malenko in that match. Oh.
I can only imagine how many of them jackets Jimmy got in his closet.
I know.
Remember, he used to come out and he would have a different jacket for whoever he was coming out with.
Yep. This one that he's
in one
wearing,
night.
Yeah. This one that he's wearing is probably his worst jacket, though. It's not very. Oh, not very colorful. There goes Kay Fabulous, ladies and gentlemen. There she goes.
The Queen.
And she'll be here. AEW Weekly is 6:00 Wednesday night, and then our Dynamite watch along at 7:55. As Berlin gets the win in a squash. Wait, what just happened?
Chavo was still hollering for Goldberg. Sid came around and said, "Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it." And one hand tossed him onto the little crate. And that's great. Let me see. Last Monday we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But we had 12 matches on Monday, and that was a 3-hour show, right?
Yeah.
So far tonight, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
7 matches, and I don't even think this is a full 2 hours.
No, yeah. And for those of you just joining us, watching WCW Thunder Season 2, October 28th, 1999. We're at 1 hour, 5 minutes, 56 seconds in. Got about 22 minutes left here. And thank you for joining us. This is the most viewers we've had since WrestleMania, actually. So I can't believe that. But thanks for joining us here on this Monday night for this Vince Russo Thunder.
Yep. We would probably have more, man, but I don't know what the StreamYard joint doing. When I try to go live to my Facebook joint, it just keeps it private.
Oh, really? Huh?
Yeah, it just says only me.
Well, just share the link, like the YouTube link or something, you know?
Yeah, I did that.
Okay.
Uh-oh, the cat got a little hair now.
Yep.
You know the cat. I'm in the street. I blew my knee out. You know the doctor told me you need 3 to 4.
A lot of people didn't care for the cat. He was entertaining to me. I love the cat.
He was entertaining, that's for sure.
I just think he came in with the glacier dude.
Yeah. So we saw Stevie Ray beat Curly Bill with a slapjack. Filthy Animals arrived. Then Eddie Guerrero, Kidman Conan beat Steve Regal, Chris Adams, and Dave Taylor after Eddie pinned Taylor with a frog splash. And then we saw a Berlin promo where he says he's going to take over the world. And then Lash LaRue beat Chavo in a squash match with the Whiplash. And then Buff and Scotty Riggs were on the Kid Cam. And then the Cat got out of a limo with the 3 hoes. And then Berlin beat Jerry Lynn in a squash match. And then Sid tossed Chavo onto a crate. And now the Kid is talking. The Cat is talking, I mean.
Good rundown.
Thank you. Thank you. And the Cat taking on Lash LaRue next Monday. There he goes.
Give me some dancing.
They cut it off. And here's Buff, who we haven't seen. I think he was on the Thunder the week before this. I'm not sure who he fought.
I'm Buff and I'm the stuff.
Chris Benoit used the word disillusion twice. I believe he meant delusion. Well, that's okay.
Yeah. We never said Chris was great on the mic. We said he was great in the ring.
He's good enough. I mean, he's good enough. That's a big win for La Parka.
Yeah.
Yeah, that chick wants his stuff. I wonder who's fighting here. Scotty Riggs. Oh, okay.
What? Another guy that DDP helped get back on his feet. Scotty looks good right now, man. He was looking horrible, man.
Yes, he was. I saw. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The former American males are about to square off.
Mhm. American males.
That
American
damn
males.
song.
American males. American males. Eric saying Sid was a good heel. Yeah, definitely. Definitely a good heel. We're going to sing him in the main event tonight against Benoit. Should be an interesting match. I've never seen those two wrestle. Or I mean, I know I watched this episode of Thunder, but this was what 20 fucking whatever year it is, 26 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, isn't that something?
Yes.
26 years ago.
I'm sitting there looking and really, yeah, you just by you saying that, it's like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, Buff looks disinterested here. I wonder what the. I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this. I don't remember where they went with it.
I don't either, but I do remember clicking back and forth. I do remember this. I do remember not thinking that I was thinking that this was real. Remember, I told you back then wrestling was always real to me. So I was like, dang, is Buff like really mad that he has to do something?
Yeah.
But Russo was drawing that line that really made you second guess stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. So next week in our top 10, we'll count we'll count Nitro and Thunder. So like last week's Nitro and tonight.
Gotcha.
You know, instead we can't just base it on Thunder. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
I wonder, when they're showing these two on the kid cam before the match, is that just to show that they're really friends? Is that what the point was?
I don't know. It was Kidman and Conan, and they were just sitting there filming them, but they wasn't really saying much.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I thought that was the point of it, was to show they're really buddies. I don't know. If that wasn't the point, then I don't get it. So
yeah. Not a jawbreaker.
Oh.
I guess he was supposed to take the 3-fall right there.
So. Oh. I think you're probably right.
Have you noticed that with the show tonight that they'll cut away from the ring quick after a decision?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real quick. Then we got our main event coming up: Chris Benoit versus Sid Vicious. And just to remind you, next week we'll be back Monday night, 8 o'clock. Monday Night Russo here with No Bones About Wrestling. And we will be watching WCW Monday Nitro from November something,
I
99.
want to say first.
Well, let me see. The last one was, you're right. Yep. November 1st, 99.
I don't know why I liked Chris Benoit's theme song. It was so simple but catchy to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was our match of the week last week. Benoit and Malenko. Benoit got the win, got ranked up to number 4 in our top 10 this week.
Well deserved match of the week.
Mm-hmm. It's main event time. Former world champ Sid taking on future world champ Chris Benoit.
The ruler of the world.
And Sid at this point might not have had the WCW world title, just the WWF. I think that's right.
You
Benoit
might
won.
be right. I don't think Sid won it till Russo took over.
I think that's right. And Benoit hadn't won either, but eventually won the WCW and the WWE world titles.
Mm-hmm.
Not many people did that. Not many. I try to think who. Chris Benoit, Sid Vicious. Two of these are two. That's weird. But Chris Benoit, Sid Vicious did it. Ric Flair. Lex Luger. Or no, Lex Luger didn't do it. Excuse me.
No, not Lex.
Booker T.
I was thinking Booker T.
Booker T. Goldberg. Kevin Nash.
Nash.
That might be it. That might be it. Did Scott Steiner ever win a world title in WWE?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That's not many. That's like 6 guys.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Oh.
Oh, Hogan. I left off Hogan and Savage.
You're right.
There's like 8.
I would
still.
get those two.
Yeah,
it still ain't a lot.
There's still not a lot, yeah. This Thunder, it's been a good show, but it definitely hasn't had the same energy as the Nitros we've seen, you know,
It hasn't. It hasn't.
where they've just felt like wild, you know.
Yeah.
But like I said, this is still very much like the B show, definitely.
And Russo's just dipping his toe in right now.
Right.
You ever had one of those wrestle buddies growing up?
Oh yeah. I had
I just saw the Goldberg one.
yeah. When I was this age, I had the Hollywood Hogan one.
Gotcha.
Uh
I
when I was a
only had one.
kid,
I had the Ultimate Warrior.
oh yeah. I used to beat that thing up all the time, man.
Man, don't get me started.
I didn't and the WCW ones took batteries. And
See,
it
I
would
didn't
be
even know WCW had ones until I just saw the Goldberg one.
oh yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think who they had. They had Sting, Goldberg, Hogan. Can't remember who else. They had a couple others though. But yeah, it would be like, "Ow, you're breaking my left arm."
Hey, that's sweet though, because the WWF ones ain't have nothing. You was just
That's
beating
true.
the hell out of them things.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I straight didn't know WCW had them things, especially not in 1999, because the one I had was from freaking 80s.
yeah. I'll tell you, Benoit, he's a good seller, man. He's great all around, I think,
Yeah,
Benoit.
all around. But Sid ain't no slouch either, man. I'm telling you,
That's true. That's true.
Bruce. I'm gonna save it till afterwards. Save my
All right.
comment till afterwards.
All right.
Good facial, good camera work.
And K Fabulous will be joining us next Monday for November 1st, 99 Monday Nitro. Because she's going to run the bracket thing.
Sweet. I'm actually anxious to see next Monday's Nitro.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like he did a good job of making Nitro feel important. You know,
Yeah.
I think so. Like high stakes, did a great job at it. Oh,
Is it that time?
Benoit was looking for it. Look at that. Oh,
Too early.
felt too early. Oh,
Oh shoot.
oh, here comes the revolution. Yeah,
No.
dang. Chris Benoit gets the win by DQ.
Yep. Everybody eating power bombs.
Right. And now here come the filthy animals.
Oh no, I forgot they used to do shit like that.
There goes. That's it.
They used to do shit like that.
All right. So that was Thunder. October 28th. What does it say? Well, it won't be next week. It'll be 2 weeks for us. We'll be watching November 4th. It says Sid Vicious is forced to team with Perry Saturn and fight his friend Rick Steiner in a tag match. So more Sid Vicious on Thunder, and that's in 2 weeks. We'll see that episode. And 1 week from now, we're watching Monday Nitro November 1st. Let's go over the match ratings here real quick. Opening match, Juventud Guerrera and Evan Courageous wrestled to a no contest. I gave that one 3.5 bones.
Yeah, I gave that 3 bones.
The Maestro beat Prince Iakea with a submission. The Encore, I gave it 3 bones out of 5. I'm going to bump that up to 3.5, actually.
For real?
Yeah, I enjoyed that match.
I gave it 2.5 bones out of 5.
Wow.
Because I felt like the Maestro was just mostly doing stuff.
You're right. I feel like you're right. I'm going to change it again. I'm going to change it to 3 bones. You're right. I'm going to change it back. Yeah. It was one-sided. You're definitely right about that.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, we had Dean Malenko and Perry Saturn of the Revolution. They beat El Dandy and Silver King. When Shane Douglas threw in a chain, Malenko used it, put El Dandy in the Texas Cloverleaf, got the submission win. I gave that 4 bones out of 5.
I also gave it 4 bones out of 5.
It was a good match. Up next, we had Stevie Ray beat Curly Bill with a slapjack, which was his version of the pedigree. I gave that 2.5 bones out of 5.
Same here, 2.5 bones out of 5.
Then we had a 6-man tag. We saw the Filthy Animals. That's Eddie Guerrero and World Tag Team Champions Kidman and Conan. They beat Steve Regal, Dave Taylor, and Chris Adams. Guerrero hit Dave Taylor with the frog splash for the pin. I gave that 3.5 bones out of 5.
I gave it 3 bones out of 5. I took half a bone away because I didn't see a lot of Regal, which is one of my favorite wrestlers.
I hear you. Lash LaRue beat Chavo. I called it a squash match. I mean, Chavo didn't do anything.
This was another one that was one-sided a lot.
Mm. Then we saw Berlin accompanied by The Wall. He beat Jerry Flynn accompanied by Jimmy Hart. A squash match.
Yep.
And then we saw Buff Bagwell beat Scotty Riggs with a small package where he, quote unquote, went against the script to get the win. And I gave that one 3.5 bones out of 5.
I gave it 3 out of 5 bones.
And Chris Benoit beat Sid Vicious in the main event by DQ when the Revolution ran in. I gave that one 4 bones out of 5. I enjoyed that.
I did too. 4 bones out of 5 for that one.
All right, so now we'll do best match, worst match, and rating for the show out of 5. So go for it, Switch.
Oh man, my worst match, I probably have to go with Curly Bill and Stevie. Yeah, okay. I'm going there for my worst match. Just it was what it was. My best match, believe it or not, is actually going to be Saturn and Dean versus Silver King and El Dandy.
I got you. That was a good one. It was was number two for me.
Okay.
Worst match, I'm gonna call it Berlin winning over Jerry Flynn. Just squash match. There wasn't much to it. Not that it was bad. Berlin looked decent. Just there wasn't much to it. Best match, I'm gonna actually give to Chris Benoit beating Sid by DQ. I really enjoyed it. Everything looked good. Yeah, and then number 2 I gave to the Filthy Animals win, or excuse me, the Revolution win in that tag match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then wait, did you give a rating for the show?
No, I didn't. But overall, bro, it's it's the same as how it was for me with Monday Nitro. It's the ratings for me is low, but for the overall show, I would still give it a 4 out of 5 bone rating, bro.
Wow. Okay.
Like it had good wrestling. It had some good wrestling in certain matches.
Hmm.
They didn't carry the storyline too much, but you still the commentators really was telling more of the story and stuff, just recapping stuff of what's going to happen next week and
Right.
what happened last week. But it's weird, man. It's weird. And then the comment that I was going to make while we was watching was Russo has to actually do something crazy later down the line, because so far I'm not having any problems with the shows that we don't watch. That I'm not seeing what the big problem is, what everybody has been criticizing him for over the internet.
Oh, shit gets crazy. It
Okay.
gets crazy. It gets crazy.
Okay.
I mean, right? It's yeah. It gets yeah. Because he keeps getting kind of like more desperate. It feels like to up the ratings. Like he wants a big splash,
Mm-hmm.
and so it keeps getting crazier and crazier. That's my feeling.
Okay.
Now again, I haven't seen these in 26 years. That's just how I remember thinking about it back then.
Yeah, and remember, like I said, I was doing a lot of clicking back and forth, but mostly I was staying on WWF at this time. So a lot of this stuff I don't remember. And it just seems like so far what we've watched, like I would give him a B grading right now for the shows that we done watched so far. It
I would
hasn't
give,
been bad.
yeah, I would give like an A minus because, like you said, I've really enjoyed it. I'll call it a B plus. I call it a B plus
Mm-hmm.
because where some of the wrestling, the matches have been too short, but the shows have been, like you said, have been really interesting. Like the angles have
Yeah.
been good. The people he's been using, it's been a refreshing change. So yeah, mostly very good changes, I think.
Yeah.
And here on Thunder, we actually saw the matches get a little time. Most of them,
Yep.
the good matches, we saw get some time tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna give the show. I'm gonna give it. You gave it 4 bones out of 5. I'm gonna give it 3.5 bones out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Not the best show, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Did a good job setting up for Nitro, definitely. Which so coming up next Monday, Monday Night Russo, we will be back 8 o'clock Monday. We're watching Monday Nitro, November 1st, 1999, where the WCW World Title Tournament continues with a bunch of matches that I don't have in front of me right now. But I know we got the Cat versus Lash LaRue. We got Chris Benoit versus Dean Malenko. We got Sid Vicious versus Scott Hall. We got Evan Courageous versus a mystery opponent. And I'm not sure what else, but that's like 4 matches. We got 4 more tournament matches, and then I'm sure some other matches too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that'll be a good night. And again, that's next Monday, 8 o'clock, Monday Nitro, November 1st. And Switch and I, we will give out our WCW our top 10, and we're gonna start doing our top 5 teams also. So we'll have to go back like all the shows we watched to get the top 5 teams.
Yeah.
Uh, but that's what we'll do. We'll rank the top 10 singles wrestlers and the top 5 teams in WCW. We've been doing that every week and continue it. And number 1 this week was Bret Hart, who we didn't see on Thunder, but I'm sure he'll be on Nitro. Here's what else we got coming up this week. Wednesday, K Fabulous and I do AEW Weekly, where I rank the I rate the AEW TV matches. We talk about Dynamite and Collision. We're going to look ahead to what's on Dynamite Wednesday night. We're going to look ahead to All In a little. K Fabulous is going to be back with another wrestling fashion do's and don'ts. Doing AEW news, doing our top 5 rankings for men, women, and teams, and gonna have some discussion topics too. And that's Wednesday at 6, AEW Weekly. 7:55 on Wednesday. We switch Wolf, K Fabulous, and I. 7:55 do our AEW Dynamite watch along. What else we got? Thursday at 6:50, 650, K Fabulous, Switch, and I are doing WCW. We always do a retro watch along Thursday. We're going to do WCW Beach Blast 93, which had the main event of Sting and Davey Boy Smith versus Big Van Vader and Sid Vicious. Should be a good one. That's Beach Blast 93 on Thursday. And Saturday night, 7:55, AEW Collision with me, K Fabulous Switch, and Wolf. So we got a full week of AEW and WCW stuff. And throughout July, the retro watch alongs, we'll do some WCW like Bash at the Beach, Beach Blast, and we'll probably throw in a couple WWF from July, WWF shows. Maybe even a SummerSlam, maybe even one SummerSlam. We'll see.
Yeah, we can do that.
And we'll definitely get into SummerSlams in August, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, that's the show for tonight, everybody. We appreciate you watching. We had a good time. I hope you did. Flew by, I felt like,
It
Thunder,
did. It did.
Pretty short show. And again, Monday Night Russo is back every Monday, 8 o'clock. We're going in consecutively. Vince Russo's run through WCW, watching Nitro one week, Thunder the next week, and then pay-per-view whenever they pop up. Yeah, they're on Peacock. You can find them other places, but we watch them on Peacock, or I do at least. So yeah, thank you for joining us, and take care of yourselves, take care of each other. We'll see you Wednesday at 6 o'clock for AEW Weekly, and use your turn signals, everybody. Switch, you got anything you want to say? You got anything you need to hype?
I don't have nothing I need to hype. Only thing y'all need to do is like, subscribe, follow, and hit that notification bell so y'all know when we're live on here at No Bones About Wrestling on YouTube. Where else can they find you at, Asa?
Oh, yeah, good call. I feel like I was forgetting something. We're on YouTube. You can catch us on X at No Bones Wrestling. That's at No Bones, RASSLIN. And I put our schedule on there. Everything I just said a minute ago is on our schedule, which is on X. I put news, AEW and other wrestling news, mostly AEW. Put news throughout the day on X as well. And I'll post some like retro little clips. I'll share some of those throughout the day on X also. And we're on TikTok at No Bones About Wrestling. And I put stuff on there I don't put anywhere else. Same with X. But yeah, thank you for joining us. And God, I swear I'm forgetting something.
I feel like that's it. I think that's it.
Yeah. But yeah, like Switch said, I don't know, like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you Wednesday.
Yep, y'all. Love. Come back and holler at us. All right, Asa, get some rest, man.
Yeah, man, I'll see you, Switch.
All right, bro.